I was just sent a video there, that Domino man, that Dublin chap. I know who he is actually, but is he Derek Domino? Something like that anyway. He'd be very much on my side on the migration and all of that. But he has a video there showing about six Gardaí around a curtain-sided lorry somewhere down around the south by the Axons. I don't know whether checking it or doing something or seizing it or what, but the the people there are giving out stink about the guards not enforcing drugs law and all of this. And but he says it proves they're still fighting the Irish yet. But the funny thing about him is he doesn't say what it's about. I find that an awful lot recently. People expect me, you, and everyone else to know what's in their minds. People are not able to give you a simple explanation. Or a person might say to you, now it's not so much in my own locality, but they might say to you, I had a bad experience with a doctor. And the next thing they go to tell you about their Auntie Mary's big toe. And they can't actually get down to tell you what actually happened. Since in my recent years, people have asked me an awful lot, and something I'm not doing now, to help them with badly drawn maps, boundary disputes with neighbours and that. And the thing that amazed me about is how people will buy a property and never check out the map or check it out at all. Just buy it and hope for the best. Well, if four of them works out, there's probably one that won't work out. So it's amazing how many people believe that everyone knows what's in their head. I'd love to know what the video is about. Were the guards enforcing some road traffic act or something? I don't know. The newspapers say the guards caught a whole lot of speeders and everything. I don't know, do they need to be so much in your face with it? Years ago, I worked for the community council here, and I was sent to Dundalk on a course. It was about the interagencies and working among interagencies. And there was an old tax inspector there. He was near retiring. In fact, I think he was retired. He was just brought in for the course. And I said to him, do you know that for years and years, if a farmer put in a tax return, it'd be thrown in the bin? If a farmer put in a tax return and did out a tax return, or got his accountant to do out a tax return, it wouldn't be received by the tax people. And I said, that's my experience, and I know a lot of farmers like that. And all of a sudden, they started enforcing the tax law. And then they started fining them in court and backdating their tax bill for years. And I said to him, do you agree that that's the case? He says, that is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. They didn't bother about the tax, and suddenly they woke up, and instead of going along and getting farmers in with a bit of publicity and getting them into the tax thing and getting them compliant, it's what they started going after them with investigations and heavy-handedness. He admitted that to me. I suspected that all along, and I was right. Now, that's a wee bit off topic there. So, but I'm getting reports too that over the weekends, with the guards out on the roads, that they started giving out to motorists for not being drunk. To stop somebody maybe who stopped to look at something or looking across a ditch or something, and they'd say, we'll check this fellow out. And when they see he wasn't drunk, they'd give out to him. And that's not a bizarre thing. It's a bizarre. Why aren't you drunk? I'm telling you, it's very strange. I have to enforce the law and make sure the laws are complied with. But nobody should have to take a lecture from anyone. I wouldn't take a lecture from anybody, not even the Pope. Don't take lectures. You don't have to listen to them. I remember I was down in Monaghan years ago, and there was a whole heap of guards brought up for the Good Friday. It was the Good Friday Agreement, or whatever it was. And they were up from the Midlands, down in Westmeath and Laois Offaly and down there. But this egot of a guard arrived up on you, and I was on the checkpoint with him. And a lad would come along with, and someone else with him, 2 people, and a couple of dogs in the back. And he was obviously going to do a bit of lurching or something, which isn't illegal. We don't know where he was going. But your man dug into him. And the next day I told him, don't ever do that again. Stop abusing the public. What have you to say to him? If you have a problem, issue him with a summons. No, fucking lymphos, I don't like lymphos. It doesn't matter what you like. Anyway, he started doing this about several things. And one day I got a call to go into the chief superintendent. And he says, what's going on with this fella? And I told him what I witnessed. Said he's not suitable here at all. He'll destroy our good name here. He's an egot up from down the south. Just sent him back. He lost all his sub-allowance and everything that he could have earned. That's the case. You get public officials. I was down on the border another time years ago, and a load of hay came. I was down at Emmy Vale, and the customs had a checkpoint, and we had to check something. So there's trouble that's going on, and we're checking about. We had to check something. But anyway, there was this custom chap, a young lad. He was from around Wicklow or Dublin anyway. And he was checking them for contraband and all that custom stuff. But this fella came along with a load of hay, and hay is not it's not dutiable. There's no duty on hay or turf or straw. No duty on straw. So anyway, your man, the custom man, started demanding the hay and where his documentation for the hay. And he has to have his documentation. Where's this and where's that? Sounds a bit strange to me, but anyway, the man that owned the lorry turned round to me. He was beside him here, and he says to me, Sergeant, that was me, are you done with it? Are you done here? Oh yeah, I'm done. I just wanted to check that there was nothing like arms or ammunition or explosives or oh, there's none of that, he says. Definitely not. No, I'm happy enough. You can go ahead as far as I'm concerned, but you have to deal with this fella. And he turned to the custom man, and the language he gave him, you hump off, you stupid looking prick. Go on, drive on, go to hell with you. And he ate the devil out of him. He says, you've no right to talk. We're quite entitled to bring in hay. We're bringing in hay here for 50 years. And there's always some idiot here to try to tell us we can't do it. That happened. We'll see you back, folks. It's coming underneath if you wish. Just a wee bit of information there. But anyway, I'm surprised at that Eric Domino. Is it Eric you call him? I don't know much about him, but he has a video and no explanation. That's one thing about my channel. Real true education, not fake news. I tell you exactly what it's about, and if there's an awkward or difficult word, I repeat it twice so you get it correctly. Some lads on here then complaining about my pronunciations, but they won't say what word is mispronounced. You know, it's about the migrants over in Ceuta or over there. Oh, your pronunciation, you need to go and look at George Galloway. He can pronounce better than you. George Galloway is a rip-roaring communist. And by the way, when we often talk about the troubles in the world and the Russians, the Russian opposition leader, I can't think of his name, but he'd be very much a modern liberal. He wouldn't be like Putin at all. He would be against the war in Ukraine, and he'd be very much for opening up Russian society, mini skirts and all that sort of stuff. Abortion, I take it, and all that. Maybe it's there already, but he had to flee. He had to get out. He studied for election with Putin in 2024, and he was badly treated, and then they kept after him. If you look at Putin there, when he's out on anywhere, he has 2 or 3 Secret Service toughies around him, and them fully armed. Like, there's no way Putin's going to hand over power, the same as Viktor Orban did. If he lost the election, which he wouldn't do, he wouldn't go. That's the thing. That's why there should have been a proper deal with Russia, and then you'd have the power to deal with anything he does. He's doing good for Russia, but he's still not a democratic leader as such. He's not like you can't get rid of him. Now, in the EU, in Romania, you can't get rid of the EU either, and they've brought out measures in Hungary to make sure Orban cannot run again, which is not democratic either. So they're all denying democracy to a good degree. That's all I can tell you, folks. We'll see you back soon. Bye bye.